What's
It's,
up?
oh, what's up?
How are you, Gianni?
Good, you?
Great, man.
Man, so you guys are just letting the hair go, right? You're kind of letting it
Yes.
go along.
Look.
It's good. You gonna
Yeah,
let
yeah.
Joel cut it for you?
Ah, I don't want. I don't want.
No, I had my roommate cut my hair for me, and I was very nervous about that. It turned out okay. Turned out okay.
Probably end up like shaving out everything one day when I get like really frustrated about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I saw you went with the blonde hair for a little bit and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What ki- did Dylan inspire you to do that?
Who?
Did Dylan inspire you to do the
Oh
blonde
no,
hair?
I did because I like the Levi's one. I saw Levi did.
Okay.
Yeah. Then
Levi's looks good. Levi's
the
looks
Levi
good.
looks really good. I like
Are you
it.
good?
The
Are you good?
Europeans, I like it. The
Yeah,
European.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Look good. You're gonna try to maybe do that again or no? Just one thing.
Probably another color.
Another
Black
color. What
color.
what color would you try then?
I don't know, man. Um, Probably blue, like Keenan did one time.
Keenan did like pink. Would you ever try that?
No, pink, no. Pink, I don't
No.
like pink, no.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
What's
Man, so what have you been doing during this time? I mean, it's probably weird not being at Unity every day. So what has your day been like?
Oh yeah, Jen, can I ask? We gonna interact with the chat or just gonna be like
Um,
and
we're,
you?
we're probably just talking me and you, and maybe we'll answer some questions.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
great, great, great. Just first, I wanna say thank you for you to the invite. It's a pleasure for me. It's being here talk with you.
thanks, man.
And for be honest, my day don't change a lot, Gianni, because I have João here. I live with João. I live with Chloe, and like yeah, I'm in the we live in a complex of three building, and one side of the one side one building, the other side have like Felipe, Babylonia, Liz, Juliana, and the other one have Sebastian's and Jefferson. So don't change a lot for me.
Yeah.
And fortunately, you get a place to train, and you the gym's closed, but the guy let we train like just for a few people. We go like three of us go each time, so it's been the same for me. And you will have mats here too. We
Oh,
train,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
So
That's awesome.
don't change a lot for me, really,
Yeah.
Jen.
I mean, that's awesome that you're able to kind of keep the same routine, but I imagine that not being in the city, not being also, are you in Jersey now? Are you in
Yeah,
Jersey
I
City?
Jersey. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, how do you like it here on the other side of the Hudson River?
You live in Hoboken? You live
I
in
live in Hoboken.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're neighbors.
Yeah. I like New Jersey. I think New Jersey's better.
Yeah, I
But
like here too. It's really close of the city. I can like just take a path, you know. It's really for me. Don't change a lot living here and living the city.
yeah. I think it's a little calmer here though. I don't like it gets loud in the city. I
Yeah,
like it. It's
yeah,
a little bit calmer here.
yeah.
But
I live in the city like for the first years, and it's really loud. But here it's really calm. I like here too.
yeah, nice. So one thing I've been asking like a lot of people is that obviously even though your routine is the same, you probably have more time on your hands to do different things.
Hmm.
What are some things that you're trying to do that maybe you wouldn't be able to do if you're at Unity at the gym every day? Like, how do you feel like you've been able to kind of improve yourself off the mat? Has there been any other things you've tried doing during this time or things you've been working on?
Yeah, yeah. I was like looks like a little bit silly, but I'm playing a lot of chess, you know. Yeah, and I start a channel with my brother in the Twitch. We keep like all day like thinking about have like ideas of improve the channel, you know. So
Yeah.
I have been like I read. I like to read a lot too. Yeah, yeah. But how I say I don't my day don't change a lot. Like
Yeah, you've kept it the same.
yeah.
So I see you've been like posting more like you've been teaching is the Twitch channel been like more like teaching or just kind of like showing drills?
It's kind of both, but we focus more interact with the people of the chat. You know,
Hmm.
it's not like just for I'm gonna just teach you, and if I wanna just teach, I probably gonna record. I gonna cut, let everything clean and put the YouTube. You know, but I like that of to each is because we can interact with the people, we can answer questions that maybe they never have chance to ask, So,
Hmm.
mhm.
Okay, that's awesome. I wanted to ask like something I've been really curious about you. I always know you and your brother, they always talk about how much you guys train, and the hair looks good. Don't worry, the hair looks good.
Like when,
It's that one little part, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it. But like obviously you guys have a great work ethic, but I was curious like where that came from or kind of what was the motivation. So like just for an example for me, like the reason why I want to train as much as I do is because my dad was a big athlete. He did like triathlons, and he
Mhm,
always talked to me about like working hard and having a good work ethic.
mhm,
Um, and I've always known that you guys have been just spend time on the mat. So that's always what I would hear. That's always what I would see when I see you guys.
mhm.
Did you guys have like a certain influence that really kind of inspired you to create that work ethic, or was it kind of just you two motivating each other? What was kind of the push?
Yeah, I think it's because we always wanna, me and my brother always train together, and you always have like the rivalry, like one wanna be better than the other one. But not now. But this was
Yeah.
in the beginning, This was in the beginning when I wanna beat John too bad, so bad. But not now. Now I think it's just because we start like this, we like get the habit to keep doing this. So I think it's this, man. I think it's because João. Then for sure have an influence of Murilo. Yeah, I don't know if you for sure you'll hear stories about his legendary trainings. Like trains out every day of his life. So
Yeah.
yeah, then you
I
like getting of other people's too.
So just for you guys to try to get better than each other, you'd always like try to do more rounds than each other or
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
How did you guys like I feel like I see your team. It's like all these different teams coming kind of together. Where did you guys meet Murillo, and how did that connection kind of happen?
Yeah, the first time I remember was the one day. The first day I think I trained Barbosa, I saw him there. Then I just like he's so quiet on his like he don't talk with no one. Then I asked for the guys who is this guy. Then they say it's the Murilo, and then I remember the first time I trained him. We trained like for maybe 50 minutes in a row, and
Yeah,
he just smashed me. Then I just
yeah.
was this like yeah. Then we start our friendship there.
Start your friendship by getting beat up by
Yeah,
him.
yeah, exactly.
I remember the actually I met Murillo way a long time ago back at Ryan Hall School because he
Hmm.
goes up to Virginia
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sometimes, and I was like a purple belt at the time, and he trained with me and he like beat me up really bad, really bad.
Yeah,
And I remember he actually somehow I got his phone number. He texted me. He's like, "Oh, Gianni, can you train tomorrow? It's just gonna be us." And I'm like, "Why? Why do you want to train with me?
yeah. I ask you
You
this
just."
every time too.
He's like, "Oh, I like training with you." I'm like, "But you just beat me up." So did you always kind of you kind of always kept that a close connection with him from that first day on? You'd say,
Yeah.
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 So yeah, go ahead.
No, yeah, just say that's it. Then we when he start his gym here and call me to come in New York, then we just get stronger friendship. Before we not like usually to stay every day together because then from Barbosa I changed for the Cicero. Then
Hmm.
we meet we see each other like 2 times a week or three. But then
Yeah,
we get stronger friendship when I moved to here.
that's awesome. Was that a pretty difficult like decision for you guys to move to New York? Because I can imagine like some as a competitor, you got your black belt at Cicero's, you were competing there for a long time. You had for me like it's hard to leave like a routine and a good structure that you guys have. Was that kind of difficult to you to like make that big shift, or was it something that you kind of embraced more than anything?
Yeah, I think yeah, my dream was to come in the United States, train here. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, the guys is asking the chat to speak in Portuguese. Sorry, guys. Desculpa, can I? Desculpa, galera.
You can tell. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, desculpa, galera aí. Tipo, A gente tá fazendo com o Gianni é americano, então prometo fazer uma live mais pra frente falando em português, beleza? So, yeah.
I
So,
need to learn Portuguese. That's it.
yeah, yeah.
That's it.
So, what I talk about?
We
Sorry.
were talking about like moving to New York.
Oh, yeah. So, then it was kind of my dream to come here to train here, and Murilo invited me just like was just what I want, you know. Then for me, it's not was hard at all, man. I just like it, just and I love here too. I don't.
Yeah.
I prefer here than California, for be honest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Nice. Even with the cold weather, you're okay.
yeah. I like it. I don't care. I don't care.
Well, man, the winters get pretty tough, especially like with, well, it's always hot at Unity, so that's not a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
But I always know like training when it's cold, it was always such a challenge. But you guys like it?
I, I I don't feel difference, man. The heater is so hot that ever like just in the beginning the new Unity don't have heat. Then was
Oh,
really
okay.
like, it was really tough like the start, you know. But after start you got warm then it's no it's December, right?
What are some things you guys been liking about New York most? Is there certain things that you know, something the special parts about New York? What do you like most about it, would you say?
I like the you know the it's always always have something to do if you want to do, you know, like
Hmm.
if you wanna go in the park, if you wanna like buy a Gatorade like midnight, you can go, you know,
Yeah.
you don't need anything, don't need car. So I like this lifestyle. I like the this like it's kind of simple, you know. It's kind of you don't need a lot to for sure it's really expensive, but you don't need like a lot of things to live here, you know.
Yeah, you can kind of be kind of live a minimalist lifestyle.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah. I like that. Man, I remember like after one tournament in California, this is why I couldn't live in California because we finished the tournament really late and we're like, okay, let's go eat something and everything closed super
Yeah,
early. You know, you can't get anything after a while. So yeah, I can understand that. Man, I remember what was it? I remember when you guys first moved here, like I was with Erin and she was talking to you guys and interviewing you guys for Gracie magazine, so I got to see you guys a little bit. And I
hmm,
remember like I think when you first moved, I noticed, man, you guys ate a lot of pizza when you came to New York.
yes.
Yeah, was it kind of hard to like keep a clean diet, especially when you moved to New York? I could imagine like it was super easy to eat all this stuff that you would want in the city.
Yeah, before when I moved here I was not vegan, you know. Then like you have a pizza Papa John's in front of the old Unity. I don't know
Yeah,
if you remember, and like it's every day was like a test, you know, like
yeah.
not go there and eat everything. And
From
yeah, but
man, from
after I
yeah. Go
become
ahead.
vegan, then it's like I don't I don't care too much more about pizza. If you have pizza, I eat pizza yesterday, but it was so long I don't eat pizza. So man, I
You
don't
find
and I like you. I don't care about what I'm eating right now too, you know.
yeah,
Then I'm eating whatever, you know. I don't
yeah. What's your weight right now? Like a middleweight, lightweight,
know.
featherweight?
No, I keep the same weight.
Yeah,
Like 151.
really.
Yeah.
But
You
you're
get a
eating
lot of
whatever you
weight?
want?
Huh?
Oh man, I gain weight so easy. It's terrible. My metabolism, if I miss training for one day, like my weight just goes up. It's so bad.
Yeah, for me it's like I my metabolism is work really well. I don't know. It's like I can eat whatever, then I don't gain weight at all.
Man, I wish I had that. I wish that I remember one time Joel did Polaris and me and John Satava and a couple other
Uh-huh.
people were out there. And I remember after the event was over, there was nothing open besides a pizza place. And
Hmm.
we asked Joel if he wanted a pizza. He wanted like a, you know, a large pizza just for himself. I split one with a friend and he had one for himself. He finished it so fast and we were just watching him. We're like, wow, this is impressive.
He's right here. Like he's here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's hiding there. That was impressive. Tell him that was really impressive. That is, I think one time you guys used to go to like all you can eat sushi. I can remember as well, and that was pretty amazing to watch. I just watched you guys eat. It
But
was just
we went together to
yeah.
the.
I Mateus Luches was there as well. Me,
Oh,
you, Aaron, and Joao was there, and maybe someone else.
oh yeah. João say he remember. I'm not remember the day we went together to eat sushi. João.
Um, what else do we got? Man, I wanted to ask like something when I see you guys competing, I feel like I've seen like a real kind of like mind shift in how you compete. Where and also I see it a lot in your posts as well. Um, like you seem to compete not as much for yourself, but for your teammates and for the people that support you. Do you feel like you've changed your mindset in competing, where it's not so much about like the titles or the results, but about putting setting an example for people? Um, I feel like I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I definitely feel like I've noticed like a shift in mindset where it's more than just, results. It's about, having good performances, but it's also like setting good examples as well and helping teammates more. Have you noticed that shift for yourself?
Yeah, yeah. It's like I know I have. I don't. I know I have like a lot of people that look me, so I try to do my best for them and like do a good example. Like not just like if I won or if I lose. I think it doesn't matter for them because they if they gonna the day of them gonna be like the same if I lose if I lost. So what
Hmm.
I can do it's like just do my best and show like show my work for them and set a good example. And I think it's it, Gianni. I don't know how if this was helpful, but yeah.
No, yeah. Do you think that's just over time you kind of just mature in that way where you just kind of, realize like maybe like priorities or you kind of I don't know how to explain, but I felt like I just saw like a different, vibe when I would see you compete, much calmer, much more like I don't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I noticed this too, because in the beginning, I think when you are young, you wanna prove yourself. You wanna say,
Hmm.
I'm the best. I'm the best. What I'm doing, and when you get certain experience, you stop to care about like if you about this. You just wanna like improve yourself, show you are a good person, show you like. You are a good example for the new generation. I think it's this.
Yeah. Well, because I remember seeing you at tournaments when we were younger, like at brown belt, and I remember seeing you guys seeing you do the opens all the time, and like you'd fight Keenan, and if you
Uh-huh.
lost, you'd be crying, you'd be really emotional,
Mhm.
and I always felt bad for you. I'm like, oh man, I feel so bad. But I feel like regardless of the result, now you seem to always be very level-headed. You don't get too like emotional when you win and you don't get too emotional when you lose, and then there's more of like a gratitude or more of an acceptance,
Yeah.
win or lose. Do you think was there a certain thing that helped you kind of like change that, or is it just something like over time that you just felt
Yeah.
more comfortable?
Yeah. Because if you think we for like I don't know if you're gonna is about the question, but I'm gonna say. So I
Hmm.
for someone win, someone have to lose.
Hmm.
But sometimes it's you that gonna lose, and you're gonna have to accept it. You cannot like have all the cake for you. you
Yeah.
have you have to understand when it's your turn, you're not. So I think this helped me. And if it's not today, it can be another day. And if it's not like this life, maybe in the other life. So I think it's it.
Do you feel like that makes it easier to like last longer in this sport, kind of being able to stay level-headed? Because I feel like being emotional and not taking losses well, or being upset with losing, it almost can lead to like you burning out. I don't know if you've ever felt that before,
Mm-hmm.
but I can imagine being able to accept losses and kind of understand that there's going to be bumps along the road makes it easier to, you know, it still continue to enjoy competing without becoming like emotional stuff like does that make sense? I don't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think, yeah, if you like you get a lot of frustration when you lose all the time, you like you're gonna stop. I think you're gonna stop early because you're not gonna handle the like the defeats, you know.
Hmm.
And I think if I start acceptance more, like try don't get so emotional. Like try to understand like a chess match, you know. Like if you lose, it just you make some mistakes and you can like just like correct this mistake and come back like better, you know. I
Yeah.
think this is helpful.
Was there ever a time maybe when you were younger that like I don't know, because I always see you guys on the mats. You don't seem to ever get tired of training or competing. But was there ever a time when you kind of had to check yourself? Maybe like getting through training was difficult. Maybe there were some days you didn't want to be there. Was there certain phases that you ever went through like that where you kind of had to battle those feelings a little bit?
uh I don't remember, Jen. Probably I have, but right now I can remember the day I don't wanna like go in the gym train, you know, like
Hmm.
if I have to maybe competition sometimes. If I don't want to compete, I don't compete. I just compete because I want, you know.
Yeah.
So and that, but in the train, I never feel this idea that I'm not gonna go today because I'm feeling like tired or like I don't wanna go. I just go and I see what happens, you know. Then if I'm like in bad, for sure I train with in bad mood already, but not thus I never train like say I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this, you know. I always want to train, I always want to be there and do my best, you know. So yeah.
No, that's cool. Like for me, I always felt like I would have like those kind of like weird days where maybe I had to really push myself to be at the gym. Maybe like mentally I wouldn't want to be there. So I was wondering if there was like a sometimes you go into training with a different mindset. So for me, like sometimes I would be stressed or I'd be annoyed about something and maybe I'm like, man, I want to get away from everything. But I'll still go and I'll try to like change my mindset in training, try to make it more fun, work different things, like kind of
Yeah.
experiment more. Do you ever have days like that where it's like, all right, well maybe I just don't want to do this. Say I want to try doing some different things, and it kind of makes training um, more like an experiment than anything.
Yeah, I always do this. I always go and the gym and try to like do something different, you know, try new positions. Maybe try if it's not in jiu-jitsu, maybe I try a new workout that I just like I wanted to do and start doing. And yeah, I think yeah, I don't know, Jen. I think is it.
You guys still been working out? I remember for a while you guys were really into CrossFit, but do you still keep that up or do you kind of have your own thing?
Yeah, we do now. João like is saw some internet posts, then we do whatever, you know. So yeah, here we just have kettlebells and just kettlebells, some bands, you know. Then we do whatever you can here.
Yeah.
Like if you can do just a push up, a squats or like burpees, it's all good too. You can do, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I always have people ask me like, "Oh, how much strength and conditioning do you do, for jiu-jitsu?" And there was like it sounds like you guys we've gone through like a lot of phases where you do it a lot, sometimes you
Huh?
don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, would you say that you've noticed a big difference? For me, I remember I went through a period of time when I used to work out since I was a little kid, like 8, 9 years old, and then I got sick of it and I stopped while I was doing jiu-jitsu. And I honestly I don't know if I noticed that much of a difference. How much of a importance do you kind of put on having like, strength conditioning type sessions?
For me, I think it's not like jiu-jitsu is more. You train jiu-jitsu is much more important than the conditioner. We do here like 4 times a week because we not train like 2 times jiu-jitsu. We just train one
Hmm.
time. So yeah, I think if I'm training jiu-jitsu like twice a day, probably gonna just do 2 times a week the conditioner. And my conditioner is really simple. I do like one like big lift. It can be like squats or bench press or deadlift or whatever. Then I do a kind of circuit like to get like the to break the sweat, you know, to get tired.
Yeah, yeah. I could imagine with how much you train though that like you know, working your cardio or doing circuits probably isn't like incredibly important for how much you train. I always felt like the best way to improve conditioning was just to be training more. Would you kind of agree?
Agree with you, man. I agree.
Yeah.
Uh, like Marcelo's. I don't know if it's true, but you can say better. But the guy say he never trained like whatever. He's just trained jiu-jitsu, you know. So I don't think the this part's gonna be like for sure can help you, like you're not get injured, you can let your body stronger, but not gonna like you let you like with superpowers in jiu-jitsu, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Some people will be like, well, today I'm going to do it. Say someone has a school, goes to school or has a job.
Hmm.
I would tell them if they have limited time to train, like don't skip training, you know, for a workout.
Yeah.
Like if you only have time to train, I would always tell people just to continue training. I think that's super important. The thing with Marcelo though is that like he actually learned later on that it was important to do something because he started dealing with injuries as well.
Hmm.
Like, you know, he's got a bad back and stuff like that. So he started doing stuff even later on. So even Marcelo, even one of the goats, you know, he had to shift that as well.
Yeah.
Man, also with like the amount of training you guys do, um, was there ever like a period of time where you kind of had to like shift it or not dial it down, but maybe like change your approach to training? I don't know. I hit maybe 27, 28, and I noticed that my body feels different. It doesn't respond the same way to training the same amount. Have you guys had to like change your approach to training sometimes, or has it still been pretty much the same?
Well, yes, we change. I think if for sure you have to start like taking care more of your body, you know, and then
Hmm.
like you have to do less, you know, and I think if for like our mindset is gonna be like a weakness, but if you are smart, you're gonna see it's like just you have to do is like it's the nature of you're not gonna be the same all the time. It's impossible you keep training like when I was blue belt, I train like I if I tell you, you're gonna say it's lie, but I train like for 8 hours a day, and like for 1 year in a row, like train Saturday and Sunday all days, you know. So, but now it's I can't do this anymore, you know, and I have to understand this is the part of the process, you know. If I
Yeah.
wanna be healthy, I wanna live a long life, I have to do this.
Yeah, you just have to be smarter about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Man, how were those trainings at like Cicero's? I'd always hear so many crazy things about it. So not only would you train a lot, but was it always like, at least from what I saw, was it always like intense training, or were there days where it was sessions where it's easier? Or tell me about that dynamic a little bit.
So it's there is like always the medium to high intensity the training. Never going like so high the intensity or so low. But if you do like this for 1 year in a row, you're gonna see it's really hard to do like this kind of medium to high intensity training. I
Yeah.
always went like it's like I remember it's like just 1 hour of drills and like 8 rounds of 8 minutes for like 7 days a week, you know. So it's always went there. So yeah, it was in that time I learned a lot, you know. I learned a lot there.
Was like Cicero like someone that was always teaching a lot, or was it just a lot of like drills and training, and he would kind of let you do what you wanted to work on?
Yeah, it always was pre-drilling. He never like say, "Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that." Now he never stopped the class to teach something. For sure, if you go there and ask him like, "Oh, sister, how I do this, how I do that," you stop what he doing and go there and try to help you. But he never like impose you have to do something, you know. So I
Hmm.
think this was really important for me too because if I spend the time like I was drilling my main positions, doing another thing, probably I'm not gonna be successful, you know, and whatever.
So a lot of like that's the question a lot of people ask me about drilling as well. It's like how to approach that. So you would just have like you would just work one specific thing during a whole drill session, would you say? Or would there be different times you work on passing and then different times you work on guard? What was kind of like a give me like a maybe like a day of drilling layout that you guys would normally like to do?
Now Murilo have like a training, and now I follow what Murilo says. You know, I don't like
Hmm.
I, and but have a lot of free drill too, and the most of the days I try to drill like I do 2 times drill. You know, so if I do drill like on bottom and like 12, probably 5 I'm gonna start. I'm gonna try to do passing and submissions. You know, and I think it's this, Gianni. I think, yeah, I think, and then Murilo say, and the pro train too. What we have to drill too. We have to focus on the back take or escape or whatever, you know. So we follow what Murilo say too.
Yeah. I mean, about Murillo as well. What qualities besides having like the best voice in jiu-jitsu? He does. You can hear him anywhere. It's crazy. It's a
Yeah,
little scary too, what are some qualities that makes Murillo kind of stand out as a coach? Because I know I've heard so many great things about him as a coach. What are some of the things that you know like or that makes him like the coach for you guys?
I think his knowledge, you know, he's like he understands whatever you ask. First, I think you not this when you train with him too. Whatever you ask him, he has a question. He explain everything about the position you wanna know. You know, if you ask him about like the guard, like probably someone invested yesterday, for sure he already know what's going on. He know how to escape. He know everything. You know, I think
Hmm.
his main quality as a coach is his knowledge. His know everything.
Yeah, and when you're competing as well, obviously, I don't know Portuguese. I should after all these years of training and being around a lot of Brazilians, I should know Portuguese. But like, what makes him like a good coach when you're like competing as well? What's kind of like, what is he mostly talking about? Is he more technique specific, or is he more like kind of just giving you that extra push that you need when you're competing? Is he very like more about the strategy or more about motivation?
He's more about strategy. He's not like
Hmm.
he let the motivation like you do by yourself. You know, he don't
Okay.
try like to force anything. He don't like to say, "Oh, you are the best. You're the." No, he don't do that. He just talk about like I think he sees just like a mechanical thing. He don't try to put like emotions in when he do jiu-jitsu. It's just two people like how I said before, like playing like a match of chess. You know, don't have like emotion, don't have anything like involved. It's just like techniques. You know, I think it's this. You know?
So it's basically like the like that quote, like technique conquers
Yes,
everything. Yeah,
exactly, exactly.
yeah. Do you guys see yourself? I mean, do you kind of like take? Nope, wrong question. So, like from him, I guess you guys have really changed your style, and it's interesting. I was talking to Gustavo Dantes. I know you speak with him
Yeah,
every
yeah.
once in a while,
Uh-huh.
and one thing I was curious about, and maybe you can give me some insight on this. Like you and your brother, winning all the major titles, while still playing predominantly just playing guard.
Hmm.
And I can imagine that it would be very easy to be kind of like complacent or satisfied, and you could continue to win by just playing that game. But what impressed me most about you guys was that you had like you changed your game completely to the point where people actually like I think I've heard from opponents like, man, I'd rather have Paulo play guard because his passing is so good now.
Hmm.
Um, but like I said, it could be so easy, like when you're winning and you're doing super well, to just stay with that game and continue to do the same thing. Was there like a kind of motivation, or was it Murillo, or what really kind of inspired you to kind of like make a shift and be more well-rounded that we see now?
For me personally, I think if I don't change, I think I'm gonna start to lose a lot, Jenny. I think I'm gonna start to
Yeah.
lose a lot. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I see I have to. I remember. I don't know if you remember the first time I fight with Queixinho. We both just did like a double pull, and when this is like kind of allowed to this,
Yeah.
and like I lose a lot of opportunities like to even just like, even if I don't pass, but like you even try to start passing, then I see this time I have to start training the passing, because it's have a fights if you like pass, like you say, sometimes it's better you pass than you do guard, so I think I just start thinking about like if I start passing, I can like make it easier, make it easier the win. For sure, I can win like doing guard, but it's gonna be not like how I say, not gonna be like not easier, but less hard than doing guard.
Yeah. So was it kind of that match with Cashinho that kind of made you make a shift, or was it
Yes.
just something in general where you're like, okay, I need to try?
Yeah, I think it was the match with Queixinho. I can say this. I can say
Which one? Which one was that? Was that
was the
that
final was the final of the Pro League. The first, like, I don't know, I don't think it exists anymore, this tournament like the IBJJF did. I think
hmm
just for like it was 8 people invited to the to that tournament, like I think it's $4,000. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I remember that too. I remember being there.
Oh yeah.
I did the super fight with Tanquinho that same weekend, the day before. They had like an expo thing the day before, and then the tournament was the
Ah,
next
yeah,
day.
yeah. I think so too. I think so too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those beginning days of black belt. uh, so I mean, I guess in that case, like, what has it been? Time goes really fast, right? What have we been black belt, like 5, 6 years now?
I think I have 7, man. Yeah,
7?
August I'm gonna do 7, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I got in 2013. I remember my first words
2014.
was 2014.
That was mine. I think
No,
I got you.
I
Yeah, go
think
ahead.
it's 2013. Mine was my
Yeah.
first words as a black belt. Gonna
No,
do.
2013 you did Brown. I know this more than you do. You fought, that was 2013 was when you won the absolute at Brown.
Oh yeah. Then I get the black belt after, I think. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm a nerd. I keep track of all the results.
yeah.
um so I mean, like, 2014 you get, or 2013 you get your black belt, 2014,
Yeah, it was the first one.
and and obviously, like, technique, you can say, from 2014 to 2020, it's changed a lot. Being in New York, being with Murilo helped change that a lot, I'm sure. But as like a person, or as like a, person competitor, what are some of the things you look at yourself back in like 2014 to now? Do you see the differences? Like, what are some differences that maybe people can't see from the outside that you feel like you've changed during that time? Sorry, it's a deep question.
Yeah, yeah. I think before I was like so focused on one tournaments, then I like let some people down because I don't pay attention too much on them. Like I was kind of robot, like just wanna win, just wanna compete, just wanna train. But now I'm like more pre open. I'm open. I can like talk with the people. I can like show I'm just normal as they are, because before I think the people look at me and say, oh, he's like a super superhero. He like the people
Yeah.
have this idea about me, but now it's different. The people can see I'm normal like then. I can like I talk to them. I can like have emotion like then. I think it's this.
Was was that something that you kind of a personality part of you that you wanted to change, or was it just something that kind of naturally happened? Being in New York or being around people. Because I don't know.
Yeah, I
You know
think
what I mean?
happy natural, Gianni. Like
Yeah.
I say, when you get like a little bit older, your priorities start like changing. Then I think it's just become part, like it's part of the nature.
Yeah, I've noticed, and I always have to do the translate, but I always like your posts that you make. They're first of all, you should write more. You should have like your own. I think you should have like a website for you guys, you and your brother, and you should like post these stories that you write,
Yeah,
and actually like put them out there more because they're very well written. But yeah, I noticed that big difference where you feel like you're more open to speak about your struggles, speak about challenges that you deal with. You know, I keep asking what was motivation behind that, but what kind of like changed that for you from kind of keeping within yourself to being able to kind of open up and share all these crazy, awesome stories?
Mm-hmm. So I think like if I was just like think about this because if you like you can help a lot of people just like telling you like your history, you know, your things that happen with you. So I think if you keep just for you, you're not like I don't want to this become like a religious live, you
No,
know,
it's good. It's good.
but like you don't use like the gifts that God give to you, you know, if you don't like, just keep for you. And I think God want you like help another people too with your own struggles. You can show you they can improve yourselves when you're past for some difficulties, you know. I think it's this.
Yeah. I always struggled with like looking at social media and kind of seeing how a lot of it comes off as very fake. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of people that like aren't very genuine or kind of real. But I think it's easier to relate to people and for people to appreciate you more and understand you more and you know, respect you more when you can kind of be real, when you
Mm-hmm.
can kind of be very genuine. I feel like that's a very important thing to be able to do, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because it people like to post so much that it's like, you know, life is perfect, all this is great, and you know, or it's, you know, with the material things that you have, people like to show. But I think it's important to kind of show that you're human as well, you
Yeah.
know, and
Mm-hmm.
that's something that I always see in your posts that I like a lot.
Oh, thank you.
But what was that like through going to church and through religion that really got you to open up more and be more honest and you know
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
you can talk about it. I don't care.
yeah, yeah. So I think what you say like if you show yourself how you are, it's the people you're gonna help a lot of people. Then like you say your life is perfect, you have you like you are the best or whatever. But I think you can help a lot of people if you just say who you are, like your struggles, because a lot of people can maybe is passing the same thing you're passing right now, you know. So maybe you can help them just like you. And if you I can help one word before one people before I die, I'm gonna be happy, you know. So I think is it.
That's great. I feel like sometimes with what we do, it's a very the sport can be kind of selfish, you know, because we're training for ourselves, we're competing for ourselves most of the time, and sometimes I would almost feel like when I'm just training and getting ready for a competition, whatever, I almost feel like a sense of guilt, you know, because I'm only thinking about myself a lot of times. So I imagine that it's like important to feel like kind of like it's more rewarding to feel like you can help other people in
Yeah.
other ways too, rather than just being like that competitor who competes all the time, but
Mhm.
to also be able to like provide like inspiration or motivation for other people as well.
Yeah, I think like you say you are training, but when you train, you don't for sure, Gianni. Maybe you think this, but for sure you help a lot of people when you are training or in the mat because people look you and say, "Oh, look, Gianni is training really hard. He's like he don't complain. He just is training, So I gonna do like this. For sure, you can help the people just like doing what you're doing. You know, you just have to like see like not see you can see but you just have to realize you are doing this, you know. And for sure.
So sometimes you're saying like you feel like you motivate through not having to say anything, but also being able to just kind of like show your work. You know, your work speaks for itself, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. That's awesome. But like I said, you should definitely, you know, write a book or write something. I think people would love that, like especially like the stories from how you guys started and everything,
Yeah.
and also kind of just some of the stuff that the stories that you've been posting as well. I think are very good. You
Yeah.
guys, yeah, go ahead.
And you can realize I not talk to I don't talk good. I don't have like the gift to talk like with beautiful words or whatever. But yeah, but I prefer write because I can like think better. I can like I can like think what I'm writing. I can like really meditation what I'm doing, you know. When I'm,
Hmm.
I think I get so nervous when I'm talking, then I can't say what I cannot say what I'm thinking, you know. So I cannot express this like good.
Things come easier for you through writing.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Mhm.
Man, I see like I guess it also helps as well. Like I see a connection. You do you still read a good amount?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, everyone always asks me like, what are some of my favorite books? For me, it's more like sports psychology books, like kind of, and not even like books that would talk about like what to do, to mentally become stronger, but kind of like advice or what other high level athletes did. What were some books that you kind of like to read? Or I mean, people always ask me this, so I'm curious. What are some favorites of yours?
Right now, like what I'm reading more is more about like religion,
Hmm.
not just like Christianity, but like all the read. I like to read all about all like I like to read a lot about Buddhism. I like to read about spiritism. I like to read about Christianity.
Hmm.
Actually, I'm reading like the C.S. Lewis book, like about the Christianity too. And yes, and about I like to read about Stoicism. I like you. I think you read to Ryan Holiday, right?
Yes, yes, I
Yeah,
think those are very good.
yeah, I think so too. And I think if you read the Marcus Aurelius one, it's like it's where the Ryan Holiday come with his ideas. You're gonna like to, you know. I think yeah, I read these ones.
Which one was the last one again? What was his name?
Meditations
Hmm.
of Marcus Aurelius. Is
And
I think the all the ideas of High and Raleigh they come of the book of the Marcus Aurelius of the
oh,
this
oh, Marcus Aurelius.
yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Hmm. And is there like a certain motivation, or is it just kind of like a curiosity to read about all different religions and all different people? Do you just kind of like to understand everything that's out there, kind of instead of maybe staying closed-minded, kind of just seeing, why people believe in what they believe in?
Yeah, I think it's what you say, Jenny. It's like yeah, I wanna like just improve myself, like try to kind of understand, really understand like what God it is, why the people like praise someone they cannot see, you know.
Hmm.
So I think it's this. I want to understand. I have it deep in me that God exists, but I want to like maybe my mind like refuse to believe this, you know. So I have to. I wanna see. I wanna check this, you know.
That's awesome. Yeah, I always remember seeing you at Hillsong, and
Yeah.
you and your brother, do you guys still go there pretty often? I know they moved now, so what have you been doing?
Yeah, I kind of stopped to go the Hill song, but I'm going when before the pandemic, I went to C3. It's really close of the new Unity. So
Okay.
yeah, I went there in the Hill song in the where is this Washington Heights, right?
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah,
far.
yeah,
It's a
it's a
little
little
far.
bit far. So I went like for three times, but then I just moved to C3. It's close for me.
Yeah, I liked it that one time we went to it was hard to maintain because we want to keep training during the week and everything, but Rich, he had
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
that group meeting,
Hmm.
and we all had to introduce ourselves. And I thought it was funny how you and Italo were there, and little do these people realize in this room like that me and you have like this connection where we compete all the time, and
Uh-huh.
they have no idea. But it's cool how that can bring people together as well. It was kind of a unique thing, even if it was just one time for us.
Yeah, yeah. It's this man like not just because we compete you can let like define it because really we are the same. We want the same thing, you know. We want like win. How I can hate you because you want to win too. If I want to win too, you know. So it's
Yeah,
kind of the same, you know. You are in the same like ship, you know.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I've always like respected you, and that's why, and I can imagine you feel the same way about a lot of competitors that you face that maybe were challenges for you. like without each other, how do we get better at the same
Yeah,
time
exactly.
too? And you have to appreciate that, um, if you don't have that kind of push, then how do we, of course we have our own motivations to improve, but
Hmm.
I think we definitely help each other as well.
Yeah.
So I never like, I don't know about you. I've never had any issues with any opponents. I've always, maybe besides someone who likes trash talking too much, I've always respected everyone because if they have the same goals as me, I can always respect that. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, for be honest, in the beginning, don't think this. I don't think like I'm thinking right now, but yeah, like you say, we improve it just because have another guy in your front against us, So you have to be grateful for them.
So did you actually have a tough time? Like, how would you be kind of like not like your opponents early on or
No,
something,
I
or would no?
like in my like maybe until 2015, I hate my opponents, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just hate it. Like,
I think I remember we fought once, and I talked to you after. You didn't look like you wanted to talk to me. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
exactly. So I just say sorry, right? No, because like, yeah,
yeah.
you see, you can
I
say,
mean, yeah. When you're competing though, it's a different focus. It's
yeah,
hard to, even if you're friends with someone, it's hard to communicate properly. Like, that's why I appreciate that we're doing this because, even if we're not fighting each other in a competition, we're both focused like on our goals. We can't. It's hard to have
yeah,
a conversation at those competitions.
yeah.
Yeah,
I agree
yeah,
with you. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, so we have a few minutes left, and there's been a lot of cool stuff. I think a lot of people really like it, and I appreciate you doing this as well.
Thank you.
But I wanted to ask a really silly question. It's going to be a really dumb question, um, but it's been kind of a debate. So you have two options here.
Uh-huh.
What would you rather fight? You have two options of what you want to fight. One horse-sized duck, so a duck the size of a horse,
Uh-huh.
or would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses? So 100 mini horses.
Yeah.
Which would you rather have to fight?
But how is my goal there? Is like to kill them, or like just
Oh,
want a
that's a.
match of 10 minutes? What I
Oh,
have to
now
do?
I gotta ask my roommate. It's not. There's no IBGF rules. It's not IBGF rules. So I guess to kill,
To kill? Man, I'm gonna
or just
I
run, or
just
just
gonna run.
run.
I just gonna run off.
You know what? That might have been the best answer. Let's not say to kill. Let's say to knock him out. If it's just a
Knock him out.
like MMA fight, kill. Oh God, killing me, kill.
Um, I think it's gonna be easy to fight the duck, the big duck.
The
The,
big duck. But a horse is about 2,000 pounds, so that's a big duck.
yeah, I think I can be faster than him.
You're gonna like be able to run around him or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Remember, ducks can fly too.
Yeah.
Maybe it could just fly.
You ducks fly? I don't think so, John. This
Yeah, ducks can
just
fly.
yeah,
Yeah. So maybe that'll be something to think about.
not yeah. I have to think better this question.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. Man, actually, last thing, like I remember seeing a picture of your hands. How do you have to use tape for your hands when you train?
Um,
Like mine
no,
look like nothing compared to yours.
no,
You're
mine's not that bad too.
oh no. You got me beat there for sure.
uh, I just use when I have some like issues, but it's hard to get hurt my finger. I don't know why. It's really hard. Like I get a bruise or whatever. I don't
You
know.
you don't like, but how do your hands feel? Do they like your joints hurt, or like do you have issues like that, or not too much?
No, I don't have any
No,
issues with my hand. Yeah.
man, my hands hurt all the time when I'm training. My hands hurt all the time. I don't know. Maybe I'm just grabbing too hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Take
I,
care.
but I remember we talked about it before. I don't know. So if you guys use tape at all, I'd be happy to send you guys some tape as well. We talked about it once, but I
Yeah,
never
yeah,
sent some to
yeah.
you.
You say you're gonna send, but like I was waiting, man. You never sent.
I didn't. I didn't. I'm sorry. I let you down.
Yeah.
But now you're in Jersey City. Maybe send me your address. I can
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
maybe or maybe I'll just come for a challenge match. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, just say for
Uh,
the guys if you don't follow the Jenny Grip like page, it's Grip Tape, right, Jenny? The
yeah.
please follow. Just like leave a follow there. You guys,
Thank you, man.
yeah, sure.
I appreciate it, man. So we have a few minutes, but anything else you want to talk about, or is that pretty much it?
I just want to say thank you, man, for the opportunity. You have the opportunity for talk. Thank you for you spend your time with me. I'm really glad. Thanks so much. Just want to say thank you for you.
No, man, thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. It was fun to kind of like talk normally. You know, I don't feel like we ever get to do this, and I don't know when we'll be able to do it again.
Yeah,
You know, so this was nice. It was cool to like get to know you and your brother a little better. But man, all the best. Stay safe out there, and and keep training and take care of yourself.
you too, man. God bless you,
Hey,
and
what?
see you next time, man.
See you next time for sure. Hey, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Take it
Thank you,
easy.
guys. It was